What's going on? Do another video. I got inspired. I was the first, and I'm going to proclaim that. You can look at my channel. I was the first to do a video of these right here. I didn't do this edition, but I actually did these. I had this one, by the way. I've bought all these retail, and I bought this one the year prior, and these are the Walking Dead Omnibus editions. These three. This one, which we'll discuss in a minute, this is the compendium. This is two different print editions of volume 3. This is volume 4. There's also, obviously, you've got 3 and 4. I'm sorry, these are 4. This is 3. So if you got 3 and 4, there's obviously a 1 and 2, which there is. So I wanted to clarify, and I'm using graphic representation, and I'm just going to cut to the chase, get to the point. I've seen a few people since I put my video up almost 2 years ago. And I was actually inspired. I put my video up because there wasn't a lot of information about these, and so I wanted one of the things. If you look at that video, it was explaining the difference between these two. And yes, the shaky cam, woo! But what I was doing in that video, and it was a little shaky because I was moving the camera around, was I wanted to show, and I'm going to do it again. So right here, because I've noticed other people are making videos. Let's see if this focuses. They weren't explaining this. See, it says signed and numbered edition. You see it right there on the bottom? And then look at this one. Okay. This one says regular edition. So, and I'll flip this guy over. And regular edition. I don't have the reprints, but I have a feeling, I hope that they do identify that. I know that the ISBN number, okay, which is that. Okay, it's a book cataloging system that all book retailers use, but it's also that number, the ISBN number, is also unique to every single book, every single print. So what I wanted to clarify, because I've seen a few people put some videos up, and okay, they were great. I think every single video that I've seen about these, other than mine, was from someone who was a fan of the show, which I'm also a fan. I mean, hey, I was right there. First night, chomping at the bit. I knew the show was coming out. Watched it on the premiere. My wife's not even a fan of zombies, and she's gotten into the show. I've brought other people on, and obviously it's become, since the show launched, has become 2010 has become a pop culture phenomenon. But this was big in the comic world before the show, and then of course when the lead up to the show. Nerds like myself were enamored. I've been reading these books since they came out. I actually was buying the comics, not right at the beginning, but in the early prints. I don't have any that are in collectible shape, because I didn't realize the show was going to take off, and I actually just bought them to read, from Image Comics. And actually, they just hit their 10th anniversary. Walking Dead came out, October of last year, 10 years ago. So anyway, with all that babble, I know forbid me give facts and instead of just spouting crap about the show that everybody knows. If you read the book, no, Daryl's not in the frickin' comics. Jeez, come on. Anyway, what I want to explain real quick and get to the point, these are for collectors, okay? These aren't cheap. If you swoop in on Amazon, which I did, I got all these on Amazon. You'll get them for, like I said, the retail's $100, and I swooped in and got them for around $80. I actually this was the first one. I actually pre-ordered this one along with the signed and numbered. And I said this on the other video, I got screwed. I didn't get my signed and numbered. Amazon, in fact, I didn't get this one right away. I didn't get this one, I think, until the end of February, and that's because I was on Amazon's ass. These are very limited, by the way. Even these are first prints, okay? So you see these out there, and that's why I'm going to show you the representation up here. So I got this from mycomicshop.com, and I'm going to put the link to the website on there. I just wanted to show you. See, look at that. Oh, it's what is that? It's why does it say the same thing twice? Oh, that's because there's reprints. Okay, just this one alone, you see that? There's 2 editions, first prints. There's a signed and numbered, and a regular, which I just explained, and then there's there's reprints up the wazoo. And well, that's actually the one that's 3A Reap. They're all going to have different ISBNs. I mean, if you're not a collector, but you want to buy them, they do look nice. These are a bigger print. So here's a perspective. This is roughly, what is it? I think it's 8 by 10. Okay, well the paper is 8 by 11. So that gives you 8 by 11 and a half, 8.5 by 11. So it gives you perspective. So these are 8.5 inches wide. Okay, and it looks like by 14. So I'm going to guesstimate 11, probably, was it 12? Probably 13 or 14. And then you, of course, got the Compendium Volume 1, okay, which is about spot on the dimensions of a comic, obviously a lot thicker, because this is 48 issues. This is the first 48 issues, Volume 1, Compendium 1. They have Compendium 2, which then, of course, picks up from issue 49, and then Compendium 3 is coming out. It's coming out next year. These are great if you just, which that's what I use these for, if you want to read the story. Yes, the artwork is black and white. No, there's no covers. In fact, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't even think they do a gap, and any kind of, they don't identify when you've actually changed issues. It's just boom, here's the story. Here you go. So there is a volume 2. These run about $35. You're paying what? 75 cents an issue for a comic book that I believe would it sell for $2-3 on the newsstand plus tax, and you're getting them all in one shot collected. So that's great. If you're not a collector but you know someone who likes the show and they're curious about the comic, get this. Get the first one, see if they like it. Heck, get them both. They're, like I said, about $35 on Amazon. These are for the collector. I'm not saying don't get them, but you know, I can tell you right now that if you're paying for any of these, this is, you know, and I'm going to post this video here tonight. 2014, if you're buying these and you're paying $75-80 for any of the editions, by the way, they're reprints, and they're not. I'll be honest with you, I don't think they're even collectible. I wouldn't even buy the reprints. I bought these on the intention of being collectible. The sign and number one, most of the sign and number ones have a little thing like this. That's which number mine was. This was the first run that they exceeded 500. I heard they went to 750. By the way, information on these, and that's why I posted the video, actual factual information, not me sitting here reading through the frickin' open these up and reading. No, I'm not going to open them. I'm the real deal nerd. I collect these. You know, if I want to read the story, guess what? What's in here? They're going to be in here. It's in here. These are 24 issues, by the way. Okay, so you do the math. If you got the first Omnibus, which by the way came out in 2005. Okay, and I was the first video. That's actually what inspired me. They came out in 2005. They were super limited. I believe the sign and number, and I'm probably wrong because again, information is so sparse on these. I believe the first edition hardcover Omnibus, the sign and number was limited at like 300, and then I think the regular edition was limited at, I've heard somewhere between 3,000 and 5,000, and that's about the same. These are very limited. There's only a few thousand of these. And I heard this one they did print more because obviously the show has really got popular. And I got lucky and I got this one off Amazon. I had to hound the crap out of them and call them and email them and nag them. Yes, all these, like this one's got a rip. I actually have a couple of these. These all have rips and everything. This one actually didn't come damaged. They're in a cellophane. This cellophane is very flimsy. I don't even think it's archivable material, so it's probably going to disintegrate. So these are going to become even more valuable if you're able to keep this intact. What I do like is that I've got a bona fide Kirkman signature. Not some you can't trust crap that's signed anymore unless it's authenticated. But that's more collector speak. So these are all first prints. This one I just looked on eBay, and you're not touching it for under $200-300. The same with this one. These are these are going for about $200 to $300, and these are the later prints. Volume 1 and Volume 2, good luck. Volume 1, I think the regular edition, if you get one sealed, you're going to be paying probably ballpark $1,000. But you know, this is kind of a long video. But in closing, I was responding because I saw videos that were on there. People, you know, basically who like the show and we're just regurgitating shit about these, but not, you know, these are for the collector. Okay, so there's limited editions that are signed. There's reprints. So if you're a collector and you want one of these, tread with caution. Do your research. They're very hard to find. The first print. There's so many reprints out there. You go on Amazon. Yeah, you'll find them on Amazon for about $70, but the reprints. Oh, by the way, Volume 5 is coming out in about a month. You probably can still jump because I'm sure they're going to bump the print run, the signed and numbered print run. Probably, I'm guessing 7,000 or something like that. I'm sorry, 700, or maybe even 1,000. So they're gonna bump the print run for sure, because you know, Image, the publisher, is they're making a lot of money off these. But these are very nice. You know, especially for the collector. If you want something to read, boom, hit up the compendium. By the way, I got this off of mycomicshop.com, which explains in great detail the prints. Well, not in great detail, but you can see the different prints, and somewhat the differences. All the ISBNs are still very elusive. But like I said, this was a response video because I've seen a few videos out there, and I was like, okay, you know, yeah. I mean, and I hope the videos are better. I mean, some of them, the production quality is better. I don't like talking head videos myself. I don't need to stand on a soapbox. I'm not trying to get attention. I'm trying to share information. So I don't need people. I don't, you know, I'm not a fan of videos where somebody's sitting at a desk, which is, you know, half of YouTube, sitting at a desk staring at themselves. They're not even looking into the camera half the time and talking at you. And sometimes, you know, spewing misinformation or, you know, opinion masquerading as fact. And, you know, me being a collector, you know, and a nerd, you know, definitely I think I paid my nerd dues. I've been collecting since I was 8 years old. So, you know, I think I definitely paid my dues. So I just wanted to do a video to kind of explain these Omnibus editions. I already did the first video. Yes, I'm claiming that 2 years ago I put the first video up about these. I just got these. In fact, I've been sitting on this one for a year, and I hadn't even put the video up. And then actually what inspired me is because it wasn't clear about these. There was nothing really out there explaining. I did find a video that's on YouTube. Somebody actually did crack, I think it was either Volume 3 or Volume 4, and showed the signature. And there's just a little, you pull it out and there's a spot, a little line, and Kirkman and Adler signed. And, you know, that's what this is. And I think this is actually handwritten by Kirkman too. It says what number he signed. In fact, the first, right now on eBay, the first signed one of this, number 1, and I think it's 1 out of 500. 1 out of 500 or 1 out of 400 is on eBay, and they're trying to sell it for 400. And these will just go up in value. But that's the other thing. If you're a collector, you know, you get one of these signed and number ones. Hallelujah, good job. I was pretty stoked when I got this one. I had to fight Amazon to get it. Amazon's not even selling the signed and numbered, as far as I can tell, for the Volume 5, which is coming out in a month. They are taking orders. So if you want to get this and you want a, you know, shiny Christmas present, get Volume 5. It's $60 of the reprints, or stick with these. There's going to be a third one. You get 48 issues for about $35. Peace out.